Oakley doke. I think I've got a good enough start on penciling that we can start going in and doing the inking now. All right. It's kind of funny, when I drew this hand originally, once again, I drew the thumb on the wrong side of the hand. So I'm looking at the outside heel of the hand, and I think I made too much of it. Wrong brush. All right, we're on page 1. Takes me a while to get the quote-unquote pencil layer in. Also, why would he be operating it with his pinky? this is why I'm dumb. All right, hang on. There we go. Now that makes a little bit more sense. I'm excited today because I'm going to be doing a sketchbook walkthrough video just after this video. I finished another sketchbook. They're small sketchbooks. I mean, they're 64 pages if we were to count both sides. Because the paper's kind of thin, I only do one side of it, which means the books are smaller, they go quicker, and I also found out all kinds of interesting things. Like I found out I could use acrylic paint pens and acrylic paint in this, and the paper thickness seems to be fine with it. I have not had a problem with that. I've also, just out of force of habit, I've done some like watercolor washes that definitely wrinkled the paper a little bit, but I haven't had any paper completely disintegrate yet. If that does happen, I have a strategy that I've picked up from some other sketchbooking artists, which is just to paste another page in, or paste a patch over it, paste something over it. And it works fine. I'm going to draw through these speech bubbles. We'll pick them up and fix them. Well, I don't like that. All right. The only thing I don't like about my language here is was it straight on? Okay. I want to try using the same design shapes consistently on the hive world, and those design shapes are the egg shape and this hexagon. Oops. So the hexagon and the egg shape appear over and over again in all the architecture, the devices. I could probably repeat it in the clothing. Instead, I went with these kind of spiky sun triangles. But maybe, if I can figure out a way to do it, I might still do it. He does stand out a bit. For example, he has a square tunic thing, which is none of the other characters have the square tunic, which there's an egg. Whoops. which makes me think he's a little bit of a rebel. This is the arrow. He's one of the administrators, like the ranking servants of the Apshai royalty. What did I do is... Yeah, he's got this thing on the front. So it's this thing right here. Okay. It's like a collar. Kind of a little bit Egyptian looking. So let's make sure we get that in. No, I don't know if we can get it in. We can put it right here. But it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom there. He's kind of a guy who's been around the palace for a long time. Most mites die early. Of course, the drones and the workers, they die young. But the administrators, the damsels, that's the females, they live hundreds of years. In fact, the older sister is already, she's one of the first of the damsels born, so she's 900 years old. Which means she's already past her prime, even though the queen lives till 1200, 12 centuries, 1200 years old. Queen matriarch is dying. So the oldest daughter, who's been waiting this entire time, has been waiting for this moment. And even though Luminara is still pretty young, she becomes the primary target because she has not, like, she'll have years to live. If Ravos doesn't eliminate her. So there's this, the one thing Iero says is it's tradition. But I'm thinking that Iero is thinking also it's biology too. I mean, they just naturally want to eliminate all the rest. So that the egg clutch from the new queen will be 100% related. You won't have these old ones hanging around. Come on, man. Let's get in there. I missed earlier videos and you're wondering, why I'm using a brush with breaks in it. I'm using a rusty nib distressed brush that's... Now, the plan is to use it consistently to give this comic kind of a consistently analog look. Here's the other thing he's got. See how we're going with thinner? Line weights on the interior details. And this is not a cape, these are meant to be wings. Most of the workers and the soldiers don't have wings. Oh, there is a detail that I could take this back out. This detail, this ridge, So, yeah, they're pretty minimal. I think at one point I had, let me push this ridge a little bit back. How's he look here? Yeah, it's the same ridge. The same ridge here. I think I make it a little bit narrower here, and for some reason not narrow here, but I'm gonna fix that. And this is drawn wrong, so I'll have to remember that too. Awesome. Oh, this is the I believe this is called the abdomen section on an insect. His is larger, and they both tilt upwards when they're not in battle or anything. Hang on. Looking for ways to give it a little bit of a three-dimensional. Without being too annoying. I gotta redo the sound effects. How does it look so far? I think it looks okay. I want to do something with this sign a little bit better. It's the same kind of like just providing a little bit of three-dimensionality. You know, maybe a little bit of a drop shadow or something like that. We should get to see a little bit of her personality here. I could do it with the closed eyes. That's a fun way to go. What about like, there we go. These scorpion tail things in her hair. Whatever we do with the design, it has to be repeatable and simple, because, you know, we're going to be drawing this character a lot. And I know I've actually, at this point, the title of the comic is about her, but I definitely want to focus a lot on the robot Centaur when he comes out. Let's see what this looks like. Right, I'm gonna leave it like this. I am gonna try it with open eyes as well. Let's wait till we get there. Get there when you get there. Sometimes when you have a cartoon character like this, you can throw out some of the rules. So, for example, she doesn't have to have soft edges because she's an insect. She has this sort of a chain belt with these egg-shaped blocks on it. Inspired by the Black Widow 1960s costume. I'm thinking I have her hand up like this, like that, but I could also put a little bit more jazz on it by bending her hand back like this. And it's a different pose. And, once again, when in doubt, one finger outie, right? Okay, so let's do that. Ooh, too thick. I'm looking at it and is her hand too small? Is her hand too big? Does it not work? I think it works. That's the right size, but I did it wrong. All right, let's do this. We're going to cut and paste. And there it is. I'm going to reduce the opacity and we're going to redraw it. Let's get back into the ink layer. And we're just going to redraw it. And once again, not exactly, but there's a wing, there's a wing. Okay. Little abdomen is more graceful than Heroes. So it makes me want to do something with his eyes too. I've got these sort of D&D eyes on him. Let's give him a little bit of a... All right. I bought... Okay. I think that looks okay if I do it that way. Let's go ahead and do the bubbles layer. Plus, for speech bubbles. Oops. All right, where's my problem? I think it's in that corner. Yep. All right. I did say I'd also do a test run with her eyes in the other position. By slightly crossing the panel border, I'm avoiding, hopefully, that happening again. Let's try it. Worked. Then we can just erase our extra lines. Okay. Bring back black and go back to the rusty nib. Now, as a panel, I think I'm going to need to... Ooh, I'm still in the bubbles layer, dude. All right, it's fine. How do I make sure... Like, how is this panel reading? I could do the eyes here. I like doing these alien faces, but you have to have some of the basic building blocks for emotional expression, or else you're kind of screwing yourself over when you're trying to portray something. Putting with her eyes closed made her look more confident. I think eyes open is okay too. I feel like I need a line, some kind of line coming down this way. I'm not sure I understand what this thing is doing now. Maybe the issue is my... Let's see what it looks like now. Like it could show like a hallway going back behind there. Just not sure that it does. Let's see. Problems like this are pretty constant. What if... Nope, that's too close in. If I hid this part of the panel. Well, I just don't think I have enough room to put that element in there. I think I'm going to have to just take it back out. Just assume I just wasn't thinking through the architecture. We're going to have to redo our sound effects too. Let's erase the sound effects. Clean slate. Since the egg is hard to draw, let's substitute another hex. And it kind of works. Hang on. There's parts of it that don't work. But okay, here's what it looks like to me. There's a hallway that continues back behind, but then over here, we have kind of a little walled area with a keypad and a sign. This is supposed to be one of the escape hatches to a waiting spaceship. And, you know, if we do that, looks like, yeah, it goes back behind there. We can even kind of imply more pattern going back that way. But then over here, this kind of works. So if we were doing eyes, we could do it like that. She looks a lot less mysterious when I do it that way. In this first one, we left the eyes out. Is this the right one? Yes. No? Yes. What if we did this? I think that might be okay. All right. So from now on, let's just design it that way. We're going to give her the insect eyes, but we're also going to give her the pupils. Sort of anthropomorphize her a little bit more. It really makes me want to redraw the head here. Well, no, he's okay. What part have I missed? This nose area. That's looking better. I think we have a way forward. We've emphasized some of her personality, at least. It's all looking pretty good. All right, what do we do about this? Panels. Let's just do this one and we'll call it a night. And let's go over to bubbles. Get rid of all those extra lines. All right, for one panel down. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and I will see you later.